Hi friends, welcome. I know I'm back. I'm Robin with Zimby Simple Designs. If you see the red live light, you got me live. If not, you're watching the replay. Please type in hashtag replay. Say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. Ignore the first time. There was a little bit of a glitch. Hi friends. I'm Robin with Zimby. I hope you're all doing well today. And I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Yeah, let's see if we can get some friends to come in. Get myself sprinkled out here to a few groups. See if we get some people to come on. Hope you guys are doing well, having a nice day. I hope you all had a fabulous holiday. When you come in, say hello. Watching for people. I'm not seeing comments yet, but that don't mean nothing. Let's see. I know it takes a lot to get. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody. What the heck? Where am I? There I am. I just sprinkled out a whole bunch. Hi, Levon. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Gwen. Now I can share the right one out. Spent all that time. I was on the wrong, in the wrong place. Oh, crap. How are you all? Oops. I am not doing well right now. Okay, we're good. We're good. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Levon. Hi, Sharon. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. We did. It was very quiet. Went to my... Hi, Shannon. How are you? We went to my son's for dinner and got to visit with them and spend some time with them. Hi, Judy. How are you? So it was nice. It was nice. Very low key. Went to church on Sunday. Or not Sunday. Christmas Eve. We went to church Christmas Eve. So. Hi, Chesney. Thank you for sprinkling. Okay, so we're going to do a little winter project. I sprinkled that one out and people are probably popping on going, what happened to her? I came on and there was a glitch, so I had to get off and come back on. So, hi Glenda, how are you? How have you been? So I just have a scrap piece of wood. It was out in the shop. I pulled it, I stained it, and we're going to make a penguin out of it. So it's kind of a winter project. And I found a pattern on Pinterest of a penguin. And I used it to cut his little beak. And then I'm using the inside part of the pattern I'm going to trace this so I know how to kind of paint my board to give it kind of that penguin look. So I've taped it down and I have some white transfer paper. I have had this for many years, but you still can get it. I think you can get it Hobby Lobby, Amazon, anywhere. But I'm using white because I've got this stained dark. Hi, Sarah. It was nice, Sarah. How was yours? And I've taped it down already, kind of got it even. And I'm just going to lay this on here. Now, there are two sides to transfer paper. There's a shiny side, and then there's a dull side. You want to lay the dull side on your project. So you want it shiny side up. Hi, Yvonne. How are you? How have you been? And I'm just going to use, you can use a stylus, you can use a pencil to do this. Either one will work. We're just going to, thank you for sprinkling it, Yvonne. Yeah, dinner here, another showing their total ad. Oh, that's nice, Sarah. I'll bet that was nice. All right, so I'm just gonna trace just this edge around just like this. Like I said, I'm just kind of a guide, so I kind of know how to paint my penguin. If I thought I could just freehand this, I would, but I'm not very artistic, I guess you could say, not with some things. Some things I'm pretty good at, but this is not one of them. Let me see if I've got this so I can see. Yeah, perfect. So now I'm gonna pull this up. Now, if I was doing a light surface, I would have used black, because you can get this in black and you can get it in white, this transfer paper. So I've got it. I'm going to peel my pattern up. We don't need that now. I'm done with that. And see, you can now see the outline where I trace that. And then we're going to know. Thank you, Betty. We're going to paint. And the beak and the little, these are actually hearts. I don't know, my Dollar Tree doesn't have them, but you know, Dollar Tree has those heart ornaments that are the thick, real thick wood. I used one of those as a pattern for his feet. So yes, they're just two little hearts I'm using, and we're gonna glue, and I just cut this stuff out of cardboard. The heart, now I do offer the hearts, you know, like a little wood pack, you know, if you want to get some little hearts. But for this, I'm just using cardboard. Hi, Patty, or Christine. How are you, Christine? Sorry about that. All right, so I'm using the AFK Crazy Crow for the black. And then that's basically what I'm gonna use, all Crazy Crow paints. I'm gonna use the Vintage Lace and the Gold Nugget for his beak and feet. So these are our colors we're gonna use. And I got the little black half beads we're gonna use to for his eyes. If I can get this open. If I can get it open. It has been foggy here for the last 3 days. Well, hi, Devana. And we're supposed to get, we have nasty weather coming in tomorrow. but a lot of our snow has melted because it's been fairly warm. So a lot of the snow is melting off. Hi, Jan. How are you? All right. Let's get a brush and we'll get painting. Now, I'm not going to worry about painting this whole upper part of the board because we're going to put a snow hat on him. So I'm just going to go up just a little ways on that. Like I said, this is just a scrap piece of wood. So I'm just going to kind of go up just a little ways, like I said. Thank you, Jan, for sprinkling. Very foggy here. Yeah. Hi, Cindy. Your angel was cute. I might have to go see how you made that. They were cute. I mean, I know you used some jute rope, but it was pretty. All right. Hi, Sharon. 12 inches. Oh, wow. Hi, Carly. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot. I think we're only predicted to get maybe 1-2 inches up here. But then the temperature is going to drop. So we have like a cold front coming in, and it's going to get cold. And yeah, not looking forward to it. A lot of the snow's melted off. Now we're going to get more to cover it. Hi, Natalie. So I'm just going to kind of paint around where I've got that. Traced off. And hopefully not get paint all over me. I'm just going to go around. I got to get a box in the mail, my daughter's box for my grandkids. I'm going to go in the morning and do my, yeah, many accidents. Oh my gosh. Ooh, be careful. Oh, Luan, yeah, be careful. If you got to go out in it. I'm going to go tomorrow morning before it starts in, because I think it's not supposed to snow until late afternoon, early evening. So I'm going to go and get my grocery shopping done and do a couple other errands so that I'm not out in the yuck. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is pretty, but you're right. It can be dangerous, especially with the way some of the people drive in it. They can drive kind of wild. It's like, really? It's like they forget from year to year how to drive in the ice and the snow. Or we find that around here it's that way. I don't know that it's everywhere, but in the 60s, oh, no snow yet? Well, that's nice. 60s. We haven't seen the 60s here in a while. It was supposed to get up to close to 50 one day this last week, and it didn't wind up happening. But I'm not going to complain because, like I said, for this time of the year, it's been pretty warm. A lot warmer than what it could be. So I'm not complaining. $80 there. Oh. Yeah, they do forget how to, yeah, it's like, do you not remember how to do this from year to year? We've got to retrain you. Yeah, isn't it crazy? Yeah, you're right, Levon, they do. Do you, Natalie? I gotta get just a little bit more black paint here. And then I'll paint the white part. And I have to kind of turn my brush or my project when I do things like this. I'm not very good at depending on what it is, maneuvering. I find that if I move my project around, I do better. And I'm not, like I said, this is still not perfect. I'm just kind of using it more for a guide to kind of get that penguin look. All right, we got it all the sides. All right, so real quick. Hi, Karen, how are you? Yeah, they do. You're right, Gwen, they do. They drive way too fast. So I'm gonna paint these half beads real quick since I'm using the black paint. You wouldn't have to paint these beads if you like using them. I get these beads off of Amazon and they make perfect eyes. I just don't like that they're shiny, so I just paint over the top with them with chalk paint, and it kind of tones, it takes that shine away. But if you're okay with it, you wouldn't have to do that. Oh, Karen, thank you. My daughter-in-law was texting me a minute ago about my husband and I had any plans for our birthdays. And I said, no. And she said, well, I know that it's going to be nasty tomorrow and Sunday. She said, but we would like to take you to either lunch or dinner for your birthdays next weekend. Happy birthday. Yeah, thank you. Happy birthday to you, too. So I told her, I said, well, don't feel like you have to take us anywhere for our birthday, because we're okay with that. And she said, I know, but we want to, so she's supposed to let me go. Yeah, we are. We are. Yeah, my husband's is on Sunday, so we, that's why she wanted to take us both. They wanted to take us both out for our birthdays, just on, usually one day. But, thank you, Lavon. Okay, we're going to do the inside of this now with our vintage lace. Yeah, we don't get too overly, I don't know, we don't do a whole lot for our birthdays. I think I did get my husband a card. Oh, thank you, Devon. Thank you, Jan. Thank you guys so much. I went to Target to do Christmas presents, and they had nothing in the way of Christmas cards. Their Christmas cards were picked over something horrible. So I couldn't find my husband a nice Christmas card, because usually I do a Christmas card for him, and I could not find anything. So I thought, well, I'll just get him a birthday card. But I might go and get him a little gift. He got me something for Christmas. Not that it was like any big ordeal or anything. He got some candy for me. And he did that. I'm not much of a candy eater, but the last 2 years he's bought me candy. I'm like, okay. Hey, Kim, how are you? But he got me some of those, were they Ferrero Rochers? I've never had them before. And he got me a little box of them. And they're pretty good. I did have eaten a few of them. But they were new to me. I mean, I know they've been around a long time. I've just never tried them. They're my daughter's favorite candy. And she can't eat them. Because, of course, they have nuts in them. And her husband, well, she could eat them, but she's got to eat them when he's at work. And she, thank you, Sarah. And she has to make sure she brushes her teeth after she eats them. Because he's highly allergic to nuts. So, she doesn't usually keep them around in the house. She usually just kind of stays away from them now. But what's funny is, I guess my oldest son got his wife a box of them too. So I don't know if it was the thing that the husbands got together and decided to buy boxes of candy or what the deal was. Oh, did they, Sarah? How nice. Well, happy belated birthday, Sarah. I have a niece whose birthday was the 19th of December. And my mother's was the 17th of December. So we have a lot of birthdays in the month of December. We've got mine and my husband's, and I have one more niece who has a birthday on the 29th. Of December. And I have a niece who has 5 children, and 4 of her 5 children were all born on December 7th. Now, how she managed that, I don't know. It was the 24th, Glenda. I have a niece that, I know, we have a lot of, like I said, we have a lot of birthdays, who was also on the 24th. And my sister's is the 5th, and my youngest grandson, he's on the 4th. So yes, we do a lot of celebrating in the month of December. I'm trying to get this one last little spot. There we go. There. So there's our little penguin so far. We're going to dry this, and I'm going to kind of chippy it up. Your oldest. How old is your oldest granddaughter, Glenda? My oldest granddaughter is 15. And she's actually my oldest grandchild. She's the oldest of the group of grandkids. And she was 15 in August. It's hard to believe she's 15. It seems like she was just born. She's 10. And her sister will be 13 in January. So I'm going to set this aside and we're going to paint these up. And I'm going to do them in the gold nugget. Now, I've seen people do orange. I've seen like a yellow color. I don't really know for sure what. I just go for this gold nugget color for the penguin feet. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the wrong color, but that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Actually, I think I want this brush I was just using. Does anybody go, have you gone to see any movies or anything over the holidays? Do you guys do that? We don't, but been watching a lot of movies on TV, but I know a lot of people go to the movies. My husband's uncle, when his second wife was alive, used to go every year to the movies on Christmas Day. And they would celebrate, have their Christmas with his kids. They did it always the Saturday after Christmas because, you know, they had families and in-laws, and that way they could go do their thing with their families and not have to worry about it. So they always did their Christmas then. So on Christmas Day, they would go to the movies. So they kind of made it a tradition. You're going to see David? Oh, I want to see that one. Well, hello, Nancy. Welcome. Merry Christmas. North Carolina. I know it's been cold there. Is it still cold there? So I'm going to paint this up. Use this gold nugget. And then we're going to get him put together. I'd like to go see that one. I was just thinking today, I remember when I was a kid, my favorite Christmas program was The Drummer Boy. Hi, Diane. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. But you don't see it on TV anymore. The Little Drummer Boy. I don't even know. You haven't been to a movie? Yeah, we haven't been to the movie theater. Well, I take that back. Last summer we went to see a movie with some friends. And that was the first time we had been to the movies in years. And we happened to catch a Christian-based movie. They were doing like a special feature of it at our theater here in town. And I can't even remember the name of the movie. And it was very good. Okay. Thank you, Karen. You have a nice day tomorrow, too. Thank you for coming in. Some more paint here. And I do kind of paint the edge of this cardboard. I know I'm not getting complete coverage because it is cardboard, but I still kind of help cover that in. All right. You have a good night, Karen. All right. And I know I'm not very fast at the painting part. And I know it's probably boring, but there's that. Let me see if I can just get enough paint to quickly do this little beak. Without pouring any more out. Perfect. There we go. So everything's painted now. Yeah, my husband doesn't usually do movies. He doesn't like going to the theater. He's not a big movie buff. Hi, Becca. How are you? Well, I did. I hope you had a merry and blessed Christmas as well. Dry all this, and now we can put them together. All right. Okay, so let's get this out of the way now. And I'm going to take my gator sander and I'm going to sand. Just to give some, make them a little vintage, distressed. You would not have to do this. I need to be a little more careful, but I kind of like, I do sand the cardboard. Because I kind of like the look you get when you sand it. Because you kind of can see that corrugation through it when you sand it. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Oh, do you, Becca? That'll be nice. Well, I hope you have a nice family Christmas on Sunday. We kind of hung around here. We didn't go over to my son's until late afternoon. We did more of a dinner. So we didn't go over until late. So my husband and I just kind of hung around here and didn't really do a whole lot either. He went out and to his shop, and he had to glue up some wood. My youngest son is making a rolling pin, and my husband had to glue the wood up for him to make the rolling pin for my sister-in-law. She wanted him to do a rolling pin for her, and so he did that. And I didn't really do much of anything. I watched a little TV. I just kind of took it easy. So I'm kind of just going around. I'm going to sand the center, but I'm just going to do this black part first. And I usually try to not sand it all at once, because sometimes when I do it, you get black or white in your black or black in your white. So I'm just going to kind of do the black and then go over the white and give that some distressing. Yeah, it was kind of nice. My daughter-in-law, my youngest son, his wife, they gave us a really cute picture of the grandsons. Must have been taken this summer out on my son's boat fishing out at one of the lakes. And it's a really cute picture. It's just she took just them sitting, like Dad, she was sitting here and they were sitting in front of her, and she kind of took the picture. And so you just kind of see the back of them, but on the boat, it's really cute. And she got really nice kind of rustic frames and put them in. But we just do usually for the grandkids. We don't do, other, a lot of gifts, because it's gotten so expensive. And we remember what that's like when you're trying to raise a family and then try to buy gifts for your kids, and then on top of that buy gifts for, so we just don't do that anymore. We just kind of buy for our grandkids, and that's it. So, all right, so there he's all kind of sanded up, rustic looking. All right, so now, hello, Kefany. How are you, sweet friend? I love you big too, girl. How have you been? So we're going to use this fabric. I'm going to move this out of the way. And we're going to, it's been coffee grunged. Of course, you really can't tell, but I've just cut it to go around this piece of wood. This is going to be, we're going to put a little snow cap on him with some fur on our little penguin. So I just measured just a piece to go around it like this. Do you, Glenda? Yeah, it is. It's gotten way out of control, way expensive. And it's like, there's more to the holidays than buying gifts and presents, and seems like you go into debt just to, try to shop for everybody. It's just not, it's not worth it, So we were drawing names, but now that my daughter's gone out of state, that kind of became hard to do. Almost didn't cut this wide enough. So hang on a minute. Maybe I was going this way with it. Yeah, that fits a little better. So I think I got it wrong here. So we're gonna, I've been good. Well, I hope you did too. I hope you had a nice Christmas with your family. I'm going to pull this up just a little bit. I've got a piece of fur that I'm going to wrap around this. So, all right, that's better right there. So we're gonna, you're right, Becca. Spending time with family is what's important. Getting that family time is more important than all the other hustle and bustle and all of that. Those memories, are the best. That's me. I would rather have those memories than being stressed over the holidays, that's for sure. So we're going to glue that down like that. And then I'm going to glue up the back. But I'm going to hold it up first real quick and see if I want it this long. I'm going to kind of gather it. And then I'm going to kind of twist it. I like to twist them and just kind of wrap it like that. No, that's a good, I like that length right there. Just like that. So I'm going to just glue this just to kind of keep it together. Oh, strings, glue strings everywhere. Hi, Kimberly. How are you? I hope you had a nice Christmas, Kimberly. Come on. Just up this. This is just more to kind of keep it together. I'm not going to put any, oh, okay. No, not quite yet, although I'm thinking about doing some soon. Not quite yet, but I know it's getting close, right? People have moved on. We'll be doing bunnies before you know it. All right. So, like I said, I'm just going to kind of gather this up. It's kind of a little winter project. I didn't really want to make it Christmassy since it's after Christmas, but so hopefully it doesn't look too Christmassy and it looks more kind of winter. But I thought it would be fun. I did one of these a couple years ago, and I got this idea from Christy at the Dashing Willow. She did one similar. Just kind of, I want to kind of gather this a little better. So this is not my idea. There, I like that right there. So I'll have to redo it because I just thought something we're going to get. And this is just some faux fur I got at Hobby Lobby. And I've coffee grunged it, and we're going to add that up at the top. So it looks more like a little snow hat than a stocking, you know, like a little night, what do they call them, nightcaps, you know, that they used to wear to bed years ago. More like a winter stocking cap here. All right. And I'm going to have to, we'll trim this down. Oh, I'm sorry. Christmas dinner tomorrow night. Oh, how nice. I tried. Sorry if I missed it, Kimberly. All right. So I'm going to add some glue around this edge right here. Yeah, are you still in Christmas mode? I know. I didn't get to do a lot of the things I was wanting to do. Yep. I'm kind of with you. I was still kind of in the Christmas mode. Seemed like it came and went too fast, didn't it? I'm going to cut that off of there. But no, I'm not quite ready for bunnies yet. Ouch. I'm not quite ready for them just yet. Yeah. I know, it's hard to believe what next week will be. New Year's. It's crazy. It is crazy how fast it went. All right, we're going to get this. Thank you for those hearts. You are? We usually do your family Christmas this Saturday. Oh, okay, Becca. I understand. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to hear that your brother won't be there. Prayers for you. That's got to be tough. I had a nephew. Now, normally I would not use scissors to cut this faux fur, but it's the back and I'm just cutting it to glue it. I usually use an X-Acto knife and cut it from the back. That way you get that, you don't wind up with a straight, the fur doesn't wind up with a straight cut edge on it. But we're going to cover that up a little, so, and I'm going to glue that down. My brother-in-law, his oldest son, the 16th of December, was in an automobile accident and died. So it is rough at Christmas time when you have lost loved ones. It's hard. So my prayers for you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Prayers for you, Becca. My heart goes out to you. Okay. So I'm going to take a piece of jute rope on the end here, and I'm going to tie it around this end. We're going to kind of gather it up again. And I'm just going to take and tie it. I'm going to add a bow to this, so we're going to cover this up. Hiya, Tanya. How are you? Kind of. There we go. Tie this up tight. Oh, was it? Yeah, this was an automobile accident too. They were coming home, him and his wife and 2 children were coming home from some Christmas party or something. And we're not exactly sure what happened. And the vehicle rolled and he passed away. Fortunately, I know that his wife and their 2 children did survive with minor injuries from the accident, but yeah, he he did not make it. So I think about her during this time of the year. So I'm going to take and just glue this down. And it was a tough year having to go down to that. So it's hard. And he was so young, you know. I mean, his kids were, well, the little boy was a baby at the time. And so, oh, look. He's turning out cute. Okay, so we're going to add the feet. So I'm going to take some wax real quick. I'm doing good. And we're going to add some wax to these. And this is, I'm using the Best Home Kills Dark Wax. But whatever wax you have will work. And we're going to add some more distressing to this. And around the penguin. Hi, oh, thank you, Levon. Yeah. It's been a rough year this year. I don't know why. This is the second Christmas and birthday my mom's passed, and for some reason it really hit me hard this year. But I'm still very blessed. Got to have time with my children, and I still feel very blessed. To have my boys around and spending that time with them. So, and two of my grandkids. So it's been a good year overall. So I'm not gonna try to look at the positive, right? And not, okay. Or I try. It just seems crazy that it's already almost the end of the year. My husband found a thing the other day I'm going to put on my page. He helps me find some of my funny posts, you know, and he found one that's kind of cute that I'll be posting here pretty quick. Yes, we do, Becca. I know it's hard when you're going through that, but you definitely still got to look at all your blessings. Definitely. Definitely. So I'm going to go, actually, I think what I'm going to do is kind of go in here with this wax along where the white and the black meet. And I might take, because I have some white wax, and I might take and add a little bit of that just in places on the black, because it kind of looks like snow. And, you know, penguins are outside in the snow, or this one's an out. I know not all penguins are where it snows, but this one is. This one is. All right. You miss your mom and dad. Oh. Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it, Kefany? All right. So I'm just going to kind of, and he's got some big feet, but I wanted him to kind of be like that. So, okay, let's add the feet. And like I said, I just used some hearts. You can also, because I've done, you can get on Pinterest and find a pattern. That's what I did for this. Just found a cute pattern, and we're going to lay that one. Yes, you're right. I do, Kefany. I do. I still have all of you to be there for me and love up on me, right? Right? Okay, I've got one up and one kind of down, so. And we're going to add his little beak. Right about there, kind of center it. Okay, what did I do with the eyes? Oh, right here. Add his little eyes. Kind of center them. There. And I use this Tight Bond Speed Set glue to glue these little eyes on. It's easier for me. Oh, thank you, Kefany. I appreciate that, girl. Okay, I just squeezed a little bit out on my paper towel. And I use a little paintbrush. This is just easier for me to do it like this than to try and get hot glue on these little beads. I just find it's much easier than burning my fingers. I do enough burning on my fingers. I like to do whatever I can to avoid it. All right. Okay, I got glue everywhere here. So we're going to take this brush and I just kind of clean that up. Got a little carried away with the glue. It does dry clear. You're not going to see it. But I still, if there's like globs of it, I like to get it off. Okay. There we go. He's a cutie. Okay. So I'm going to add a bow. So I have some of this, the fabric, this same fabric, and I'm going to use a piece of cheesecloth. And I think I'm just going to use the one piece because there's not a whole lot of space there. And make a little bow to add where I tied that. I think is where I'm going to do it. I don't know. Let's see. Because I didn't really want to. Okay, where's the end? There it is. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, Kefany. Let's see. And this homespun I got from Jubilee Fabrics is where this came from. Most of my homespun I get from there. And I know you can get some off of Amazon, but I think it still comes from Jubilee Fabrics. I don't know if they're any quicker. I usually get mine pretty quick when I order from Jubilee, but directly from them. Anyway, let's see. Come on, lay down. Yeah, you're right, Sarah. You're right. It's like they're here and then they're gone, and it's like, what just happened? What just happened? I agree. And it seems like the older we get, the faster it goes. For me, anyway. I feel like thank you, Gwen. All right. I don't think I want to. Yeah, I don't think I want to add that. I was considering adding it. Now I decided no, I'm not. We don't need that big of a bow. I don't think we need that big of a bow. And it'll fill out. I like to pull the cheesecloth kind of apart because it's all kind of gathered together. And I'm going to open it up. It kind of helps fill that, make it look a little fuller when you do that. Okay, so let's see. We're going to add it. I was thinking to add it here, but kind of liking it right there. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys like it? See, I was going to add it here, but I could add it here. That kind of really covers him up, though. I'm not sure I want it all covered up. I think I kind of like it better up here on the hat. Letting it hang down rather than covering him all up. I don't know. What you guys think? What y'all think? You like it on the hat? Hey, Tracy, how are you? Because if I missed you popping in, I'm sorry. You like it better on the hat? See, I'm thinking I like it better on the hat, too. Than to cover up the penguin all up. That's just me, maybe. Thank you, Gwen. Hi, Dawn. Thank you. On the hat, you agree? Yeah, that's what I think. So we're gonna add it to the hat up there on his little. We can trim it down. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing good. All right. See if I can do this without burning my finger. Tell ya. Okay. So I'm going to trim this just a little bit so it's not hanging so far down. I like that it's hanging down, but I think it's a little too far. There we go. Oh yeah, that's cute. And then I'll add a little bell or something in there. And I added greenery on the last one, but I'm thinking I kind of like it the way it is. You were, Tracy? I think I'm kind of liking it just like that. Let's see. Let me find a bell. To go on there. I have some rusty bells. Thank you, Becca. And I'm going to put it right there in the center. Thank you, Michelle. Hi, Donna. Merry Christmas to you. All right. Come on. Hang on a minute. I'm trying to push that little centerpiece down in the bell. That one's not going to want to go. Hello, Boom and Restore. Oh, are you? Hi, Trisha. Thank you. Do you, Glenda? Yeah, it is a pretty, it's more of a, I think it's black and this red. So that's kind of why I went with it, because it wasn't like green and black or green and red. You know, I was trying to avoid the Christmas look, but make him more of a winter penguin, not necessarily and yeah, I got this, like I said, I got this from Jubilee. I think they have it still. Okay, now it's going to stay. But there, add the little bell right there. And hang on, let me grab that. The white wax. And I use Dixie Belle's Best Dang Wax, just in the color white. And I'm going to add just a little bit on him. I just have a little brush and give him like a little dusting of like he's been in the snow. Thank you, Donna. I just kind of hit some places on him. I like to use this on snowmen too. I know you can use the faux snow. But I like this. I like this kind of look. It kind of looks, I think it kind of looks like kind of frosty, I guess. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I added some on the edge there, but so it's not like thick or anything, but it looks kind of snowy. You have a blessed weekend as well, Becca. Thank you for joining me today. And you guys, you have a wonderful time with your family this weekend. But that's all I had, guys. But I think he turned out pretty cute. So just a scrap piece of wood is all I used. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I will be live on Monday. So hopefully you guys can come on. If not, you guys have a wonderful and safe New Year. You're welcome, Becca. Thank you, Judy. Otherwise, hopefully I'll see you on Monday. Thank you, Dawn. So, just like I said, just a cute little, I don't know. I was kind of looking for something different to do. Hi, Sue. Thank you. Anyway, if I don't see you Monday, you guys have a wonderful and safe New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And you guys have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. Bye. Oh, thank you, Glenda. Thank you. Thank you, Natalie.